Welcome to the Flag to Flag Media YouTube channel. This is the Hot Pit segment presented by Water Warriors Restoration. And in this segment, I want to discuss how hot regional dirt late model racing is going to be in 2024. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video. And I want to hear you guys' comments on regional racing in 2024. I know it's a hot topic right now. There's a lot of series that are running all over the country. That's kind of taken away a little bit from the national scene, but I think it's going to be a great thing. For my area, we've got the Northern All-Stars Late Model Dirt Series. We've got the Ultimate Heart of America, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, Mars Late Models. So there's a lot of racing. I know right now there's a big topic about streaming services and, with Flow backing out of the whole regional streaming deal and stuff like that. So, but there's a lot of other smaller streaming companies that are going to be streaming these races. But there's going to be a ton of racing throughout the Midwest, the South, the North, all over the country when it comes to regional racing. One of the hottest topics right now is the Hunt the Front series with some of the drivers that the Hunt the Front series has brought on for their loyalty program. You got Scott Bloomquist, Tanner English, Corey Hitchcock just signed on, just to name a few. I mean, I know they've got a lot of talent there, which is going to be huge. Brandon Overton did win the Hunt the Front race this past weekend. So there's a lot of talent that's not running national series that's going back to these regional series. And I think it's huge. Went down to Florence Speedway this past Saturday night. They had 32 supers. Ricky Thornton Jr. picked up the win with Mike Muller second. I know those guys, once the Lucas Oil schedule takes off, those guys won't be running as much regional stuff. But to see regional races paying 10, 15, 5,000 to win on a Saturday night, Friday night, whatever the deal is, I think it's really, really huge for these smaller teams, mid-sized teams, to only travel 3 or 4 hours from the house, to be able to race. I mean, I could make the statement of making money, but I don't know how much money they're actually going to be making. But financially, I could really see regional racing taking off in 2024 to an extent of where I'm not saying it's ever going to overshadow national dirt late model racing, because Lucas, World of Outlaws, XR Series, those guys are the cream of the crop, so to speak, when it comes to series. The schedule that they run all over the country. So those guys are pretty much the cream of the crop. But as a race fan, I just really the regional stuff kind of brings back the aspect of the late 90s, early 2000s, when the national touring stuff was still there, but it wasn't as big as what it is today. And you could go to some of these regional races, like, and your Brandon Overton show up, and your Ricky Thorntons, and your Bobby Pierces might show up. And I think it gives a lot of the race fans a lot more variety to watch, especially with some of these smaller. I know the streaming service, there's a hot topic. It's a whole different discussion for another hot pit, but it does get expensive with the streaming services. I know there's a lot with Flow backing out. It's going to be a lot more money out of the fans' pockets, but also too, you got to look. Speaking of the drivers, only driving 2 or 3 hours. I mean, I get it, but you can actually pay for some of these streaming services. It's going to be still cheaper than traveling all over the country trying to hit some of these races. So I'm super excited about the 2024 regional racing stuff. I know there's a lot of regional races around my house. Like Northern All-Star Late Models is going to be around here a ton. Josh Rice is the defending champion of that. Jordan Weaver's defending Rookie of the Year. Just like the Ultimate Heart of America, Dustin Linville is the defending champion of that. So I think I talked to Dustin a while back, and he's going to be defending his title on that. And I'm pretty sure like 99.9% Josh is going to be defending his Northern All-Star Late Model title. So, I mean, there's some heavy hitters that's hitting these regional races, and I think that regional racing is going to be on fire in 2024. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see if some of these guys can defend their titles. I think I've already said on another hot pit, but I know the Northern All-Stars has got like 8 or 10 races on the schedule. Same way with some of these other ones. I mean, the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series, there's North and the South, which is going to be a pretty hot series to run. The Coltman Farm Southern Series is going to be another hot one that gets a lot of good cars. Southern Nationals, Comp Cam Super Dirt Series. There's a lot of great series out there that's going to pull a lot of. So if these smaller regional series is in your area, I would advise to go hit them, because especially as a true race fan. Now, I understand we go to a lot of these races because our favorite driver's racing in it or whatever, and I get that, because I do the same thing. But as far as racing goes, if you take if you take 10 regional race car drivers and you put them on a track, I don't want to start a storm or nothing, but I almost guarantee you that those 10 regional drivers are going to put on a better race in the top 10 than a lot of the other stuff that we watch. That's not a disrespect to nobody else. I just think that um, they're a lot tighter when it comes to what all equipment they have and that type of stuff. So I'm super excited about it. Like I said, make sure you leave your comments below. Be kind of really, really interested to see what everybody else thinks about regional racing in 2024. The dirt late model aspect of weekly shows has kind of died out over the last couple of years, obviously because of financial reasons and these regional series popping up and national stuff. It makes a lot more sense to go run for bigger money. And I totally understand that. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the 2024 season goes for sure. And like I said, I like to hear all your guys' comments, and make sure you share this out. There'll be some more hot pit topics on this throughout the season as we get updates and start seeing, because it's going to be interesting to see too, because it could be like Lucas and World of Outlaws. I mean, once these guys start getting in there and they're only 1, 2, 3 bad runs, and they might start dropping off some of these regional series too and doing something else. So we'll stay up to date on that, and we'll see what happens through the first half of the season and where everybody ends up and all that stuff. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, share this out. I know there's a ton of racing content out there right now, and there's a lot of people podcasting. And one guy made a comment about my Bobby Pearson Hudson O'Neal video, said I was just rambling. I just love doing this stuff. So if I can spark a good conversation with everybody on YouTube and get some followers and people subscribe to the channel, we'll just have a conversation about it. That's what I enjoy doing, and try to make this 6 to 10 minute episodes for these hot hits, just a quick topic to talk about. And I was thinking about regional racing today, and man, I'm excited for it. I think as a race fan that, I don't know, I just think regional racing kind of reminds me of the late 90s, early 2000s, when there was, drivers that might not shine in the national stuff gets a chance to shine in the regional. And, it's kind of like, college sports compared to pro sports. To me, I think them college kids, I don't know, they just play a lot harder in my opinion, but I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.